Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Y'all Recording, where we talk about all kinds of wonderful, wonderful, geeky things. I'm Dev, and with me is...
Caitlin?
Phil?
Janine.
And I'm Wyatt.
Welcome back for another episode, guys. This week, we're going to do a review of Fantastic Beasts and Where They At. Oh, sorry.
I love that movie.
And where to find them. But we'll start out with some non-spoiler stuff. You know, keep it pretty simple, pretty general, and then we'll work into the fun stuff, the spoiler stuff, because there's so much to talk about there. All right, so starting out, Caitlin,
Yes.
what did you say about Fantastic Beasts? Non-spoilery.
I say good. Good movie. Fun time.
Happy fun time. Awesome.
No, as a Harry Potter lover and just in love with the world in general, it was really cool getting to see the American side of it. There's a lot of new, interesting things that weren't really talked about in the original Harry Potter series, and it kind of opened up the world to be much bigger than it was in Harry Potter.
Awesome. Phil.
Yes. I second that notion. Harumph.
Wow. Harumph.
Grunt.
I didn't get a harumph
that
out of
all
that
you
guy.
We got to do a Mel Brooks episode.
Yeah. I enjoyed the movie. I also like the Harry Potter movies, not as much as Caitlin.
Damn straight.
So I actually, all my knowledge stems from the movies, and that is it. So I went into this movie knowing nothing about it. So it was a pretty good experience. I enjoyed it. Like I said, not as much as Caitlin, but I enjoyed it.
Okay. All right. Janine.
Yes. How can
Your
I
turn.
help you?
You can help me by telling me what you thought about the movie non-spoiler like.
Non-spoiler. Harry Potter wasn't in it.
Spoiler!
No. I thought it was a pretty good movie. If we're like rating it, like, 1 out of 5, I'd probably give it a low 3. I was not a low 3. Yeah, I wasn't blown away with it. I think I was expecting a lot more out of it.
I
think
can't wait till we get
that's
to
gonna.
spoilers.
That's like a lot of people's issue that they built it up so much that
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna be blown away. This is amazing. Like, you were gonna find out like what witches and wizards are like in America, and it's gonna be great. And oh yeah, it's in the 20s, so like flapper
The Roaring
dresses.
20s.
Yeah. So, but I wasn't as blown away as I thought I was gonna be. I mean, I wasn't
a low
disappointed.
3.
Yeah, I wasn't disappointed. But I guess it just didn't really live up to the hype for me personally. And then Daniel Radcliffe wasn't in it, so
Wow.
It's a big plus.
I mean, it's kind of
the only
70
reason
years
why she
too
watched the
early.
Harry Potter movies.
no. But yeah. I mean, I had fun.
Okay. I definitely want to hear why it got a low 3 when we get to spoilers. What?
Okay.
Yeah,
Break it down.
I give it a.
Oh,
I give
wait,
it a-
you know what?
Huh?
Wait, before you do that, let me explain. I'm going to let Wyatt this time use his weird rating system
Oh God.
of,
His
where it sets in the place of movies based on his own personal opinion.
his
So go ahead, Wyatt.
Yeah, I give it a goblet of fire out of Prisoner of Azkaban.
Now explain that for the audience.
And to me.
It was a pretty good movie. Like it had its flaws, but it was what I was hoping for in the Harry Potter universe. I was either hoping for it in the Harry Potter universe or the Lord of the Rings universe, where we would get something on the scale of a Wikipedia, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because Star Wars has so much, so much information on it. Some of the stuff hasn't even been in books or explained or anything, but like
But
it
you have
exists as
to
part of the lore,
you have
you
to
know?
realize that Star Wars has like 20 years on Harry Potter.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, like Harry Potter, if it wasn't in the first 7 books, we don't know anything about it, you know? Like we know there's more creatures. We know that there's, more magical items and stuff like that, but we're just given none of it, you know? And like I think this is the step in the right direction I was hoping for. I already have my fleshed out sci-fi universe. Now I'm hoping for a fleshed out fantasy universe. And so
Okay.
this really did it for me, you know. I got to see a whole bunch of the creatures that I was hoping to see. So I can more accurately create fan fiction.
Yeah, and I agree a lot with Wyatt because like I was thinking as I was like leaving the movie theater, I was like I never realized how closed off from the rest of the wizarding world we were because we're only focused on Hogwarts. That's like
Mm,
one location, and sometimes you'd go to the Ministry of Magic and stuff like that, but it was always with the students, and so you
mm,
never like the amount of apparition or apparating that they did in this movie was really strange to me because they never did it in Harry Potter except for like a few
mm,
times. And that was always like a big deal, and like so just like it opened it up all of a sudden, and I was just like,
mm.
all right,
But yeah, going into that, like with us only seeing Hogwarts, like we didn't even see the European side of Wizards. We saw Hogwarts
yeah,
and only Hogwarts.
yeah. Like we don't
Okay.
even know too much about like British wizards other than Hogwarts either. Yeah,
Mm.
We know of them.
yeah.
Yeah,
We
we
know
know of
Diagon Alley
them,
and the Ministry of Magic and that
No, we
stuff,
know
but
of
but
some of the other
I
schools.
guess I always wanted either shorter books or comics on Harry Potter to with not Harry Potter in it, following different people and different stories, just to kind of flesh things out. You know,
To expand the world.
yeah.
Okay. Hmm. Well, I
Yeah, if I
personally,
have to put it on a good on a proper scale, I'll give it a low 4 out of 5.
okay, okay, okay. I personally am like you. The greatest thing that I appreciate about this movie was the fact that it did give us a different perspective and expanded the universe a bit because, like y'all talked about, it in the Harry Potter films, we are very much focused on Harry and what the heck is going on at Hogwarts.
Hmm.
To see things outside of that was really interesting to me. To see, we get to hear about, we'll talk about it in spoilers, but it's just fun to venture outside of that world and know that there's more to this big old world of magic than the small bit that we know from the Harry Potter films.
Hmm.
Um, the time period, this isn't spoilers, but the time period was a really cool thing to me because it's a roaring 20s. That's a different style than what we see in the Harry Potter films. It's much older. It's to me there's some hella cool things, fashion wise, and I'm not even a fashion guy
Hmm.
that I enjoyed in that movie, which was pretty good. I love the characters, certain characters more than others, which we will get into in spoilers. And the creatures were amazing. All of them. I think, yeah, I have a favorite, and we will get to that in spoilers too. But yeah, for me, it's good fun, and when I can sit and enjoy a film for what it is, and not necessarily have to critique it right away, because I've seen so many movies in my time. That's what I tend to do, and I can just enjoy this ride feel the emotions as the characters feel the emotions, like in a particular scene, which we will talk about. That's what makes for a good film to me. So yeah, I would definitely give it a solid 4 out of 5.
Mhm. If I could make one like closing remark, like I wouldn't say this for a whole lot of movies, and before with the past 8 movies, I was like, all right, Harry Potter's done. We're not gonna get any more. It's complete. We don't need to revisit this. But now that we have Fantastic Beasts, I would love to see a TV show. I would like a TV adaptation of the Harry Potter
That would
universe.
only ruin the show, the movie.
What makes you
No,
say
hold
that?
on. Star Wars did an amazing job with that, with their Clone Wars series done by Cartoon Network. And then I haven't started watching the Rebel series, but from what I've heard, that was really good too. I would love to see Cartoon Network get their hands on a Harry Potter
Potterverse.
universe. Yeah,
I would really like to
Phil,
see a live action of like Voldemort's original uprising.
yeah, yeah.
like from the time that he gets kicked out of Hogwarts,
Like from him
or
starting at Hogwarts. Like maybe even before, maybe starting with his origin of his mom, love potioning that guy and then having Voldemort and then that's how it starts and then it goes into the whole thing. Like having like a mini series on it even would be cool.
I'd like to think in a wizarding world, like rape culture is reversed. So it's not even women who get raped, it's men who are in danger of getting raped.
Because of the love potions, yeah.
see
It's like it's a
everybody
common
else.
thing to go to a bar and like get something slipped in your drink and you're suddenly in love with this chick.
Whom you've never met in your
Well,
entire
Everybody
life.
else seems to be down for it, except for Phil, though.
What? The TV
Yeah,
show?
why would a show ruin it?
It would be giving too much explanation for a movie. What?
Y'all recording?
Yes.
I knew he was doing it. I heard the door, and I knew he was doing it.
Awesome.
Anyway,
Right.
it would be giving too much explanation for a movie series that had already completed itself. And I would agree that I would like to know more about the wizard.
No, I mean doing a
just in
whole
the
different character
universe.
than Harry.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I don't want one
It's
with
not
Harry.
saying continue to. Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Harry is done. Like we finished that. I want a new character.
That
Like
I
maybe
can
like
see.
having a student at Hogwarts at a completely different time or like a
or maybe
student
not
in-
even at Hogwarts. Like,
yeah, maybe at a different kind of school.
Let's do Ilvermorny. Why the heck not?
Yeah. I want to
Because
learn about
don't forget, we have the entire planet. There was a Quidditch game for the GameCube a while ago, and it was Quidditch World Cup, and they had schools from all over the world, like
Yeah.
Africa, Egypt.
Oh, can I
you
go
know.
to an Egyptian school?
Apparently, they have wizards like that.
An Egypt school.
Yeah, it's in Egypt, and it's a school, Egypt school.
And then,
Never
and
You have to be a
then
citizen.
apparently,
I corrected myself, Devin. All right.
But apparently, like, because we thought there were like major wizard schools for areas, but like in the movie, like she mentioned that it was Ilvermorny was the best school in America,
No, she
the
said
best
in the-
wizarding school in
she
America.
said in the world.
And I was like, wait, if it's the best, that means there has to be more.
no, she said in the world.
She
Yeah,
said in the world.
She said in the
Oh,
world.
in the world?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Which is
I mean,
so if
this-
it's
All
the
right.
best
I
in the
misread
world,
that
we got to
one.
learn about it,
Yeah.
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 We're also okay. Never mind. No.
No, go
Yeah.
ahead.
I was gonna say
Spoilers.
that in this movie didn't have anything to do with the school. It was just completely separate from the school. So that I can get behind. it's something completely separate, nothing to do with the school. We're seeing what happened elsewhere. Because in all of Harry Potter, it was mainly at the school. With this, you have all of the world, which is
you're
all
basically
of New
looking
York.
for something. You're looking for something that's just talking more and exploring more of the wizarding world itself, not necessarily following another student at another school,
yeah.
Mm.
stuff like that. I got you.
I don't know. I would like to know the wizarding school I'd have to go to because I'm not British.
I'm going to go to the
Probably have
Egyptian
to go
one.
to Illinois.
Going
I
to
know.
Egypt.
Like that's why I want to know about that school. I want to know all about it so I can fantasize about what could have been.
If you hadn't have been born a nomad.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Dirty
Well,
nomad
whatever.
parents. Jeez.
Prefer the
Another
word
thing
muggle.
I would love
So-
is.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, another thing I would love. So we have this story, which was what in the 20s and 30s, somewhere in there.
1926.
Yeah, and then we have Harry Potter, which was the early
Early
90s. But I would love to see like a 2016 Wizarding World. Like, do they
Yes.
have smartphones
Yes.
or the internet?
Yeah,
You know?
mixing this world of tech with the world of magic.
Yeah,
Then you'd
and I
just be
would
getting
love to
into
see like their struggle between it. You know.
Like, oh,
They
do I
just have
use a
their- they
3D
have their
printer or do I
phones.
just like?
just will.
Like all the students will just have their phones floating next to them and just waving their wand to text their friends. That's how they communicate. They don't even have to look at their
The
phone.
laziest
I
form
like to
of
think it
communication.
doesn't even work like because everything's touchscreen.
Yeah.
They have like a little rubber.
It won't work on this.
They have like a little rubber knob at the end of their wands, and they're just using the wands to touch the screen.
Like a stylus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So, are we ready to get into spoilers?
Either that or their wands would be made of holograms.
What?
We're getting into the future now.
Yeah, we're pushing a little too far forward, Phil. A
Someone
little
has
too far
a
forward.
Put into a lightsaber.
What?
Little princess hologram on their golden snitch. Save me.
No, at
I'm
that
in the
point,
giant mechanical moon in the sky. Save me, space wizard.
Okay. Clearly, we've gone too far. Are we ready for spoilers?
look,
people?
there's Spike
Yeah.
Spiegel.
I think we're ready for spoilers.
I'm always ready for spoilers.
Spoiler time.
Oops.
Then Rick dies.
That, dear friends, was your one and only warning.
Maybe we should give a proper spoiler warning.
Nah, they get it.
How do you do a proper spoiler warning?
The last time we
Please
did,
enlighten us, Phil.
Attention. This is a spoiler warning.
that's
I've
actually.
been warned.
I
That
mean,
actually does work.
the last
All
time.
spoilers after the alarm are legal.
We should actually cut that together and do it before every review.
Yeah.
All right. Now the fun stuff.
Boobs. We're not in the movie.
Yay!
Yeah. No
It's not
no
that kind of
boobs in
movie.
the movie.
No, I think Jacob was imagining some boobs.
Yeah.
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 Probably.
Well,
among
Queenie
other
saw
things.
it.
Queenie did see it. She liked it.
I'll start out with this question before we even get to creatures and stuff. Who's your favorite character, guys?
Character?
Favorite character. What's his name? Not Grindelwald. His
Graves.
Graves. Yeah.
The dude that was invading
Yeah, I
personal
liked his
space?
character design. He wasn't my favorite,
I-
but I did like his
I
character.
loved his
I
character.
liked the way he
design.
looked, and that was good enough for me.
Okay. So why Graves? What?
I don't know. I've always like leaned towards villains. Like out of everything, like I love villains, but like I saw his character design and I was like, oh my gosh, he looks
Like
like a total badass. I
he
know
made a
he's a villain
point
over it.
to lean over towards me and was like, I like him.
I like his face.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like that haircut.
Mm. But
Oh,
I actually, you know what? Like, I actually kind of like saw his perspective. You know,
yeah.
like I agreed with his perspective that the wizarding world and the regular world shouldn't be as split as they are. And
Yeah.
if I were a wizard, I'd probably side with him.
There's a lot of that
I
social
mean,
commentary in there.
it was less about him wanting to attack humans. It's more just like, hey, we're not being fair to ourselves. So yeah, I could see
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Definitely. Okay. I don't know if I'd side with him because his methods I don't particularly agree with. But yeah, I can see that. Mm. Phil,
What?
who's your favorite character?
I didn't really have one. But that's the honest truth.
Yeah.
I couldn't really relate to any of them.
Yeah, that's one thing I found. They were all pretty difficult to relate to.
Yeah, Newt's commander
Yeah.
was just like all kinds of awkward. Jacob was oblivious to most of everything.
They kept obliviating him. That's why. But
No, they only
Uh,
obliviated him once.
Yeah.
They only did it to him at the end.
Yeah.
as far as you know,
No.
That's what we all saw. I mean,
The bad guy was like just shrouded in like not even shrouded. He was just cloaked in all kinds of black, which made him very obviously the bad guy. Like, why doesn't a bad
Well,
guy
yeah.
dress up in like fluorescent colors?
Pink.
Yeah, it
Oh,
can't,
like that.
it
one
can't
chick-
be me. Can't you see the
Did-
colors
did
that I'm
anybody-
wearing? Oh, also the Queen
did
of
anybody
America.
see- oh, go ahead.
Oh my goodness.
Go ahead, Phil.
The Queen of America.
The Queen of
Oh.
America.
the Queen
The
of America.
president, the president of Makuza.
Yes,
No, the Queen of America.
the Queen of
Well, she's like, she was always wearing a crown, so. Just might as well-
it was a head wrap.
Yeah, it was a crown.
I really-
That's
It was a
what they
crown.
did for that time period.
I really liked the way she looked, like with her white like hair on the side.
Yeah, like
you
the little curl. Yeah, I
yeah,
loved. I
the
loved
curly-
the look.
yeah. I really liked that, but like I didn't really care for her character. I like the way she looked though.
So that's what I was talking about. You know, with the fashion in this movie, it's really great because it represents that time really well.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Also, Ron Perlman.
Oh, as Narlock.
Yeah.
I love
Oh
it
yeah,
every
like
time I get
when
to
he
hear
started
Ron
speaking, I was like, "Is that Hellboy?" Like,
Just half expected him to go, war. War never changes.
Perlman.
But yeah,
Okay.
that's all I
So
had.
that was your favorite.
Yeah. Hellboy.
Narlock is your favorite.
Yes, Hellboy is my favorite. My favorite wizard. Hellboy.
Okay. Caitlin.
I would probably have to say that as far as like the main characters go, I probably like Queenie the best, just because she's really optimistic, and I really liked her power. Being able to read minds is really cool, but she's like so chill about everyone thinking scandalous things about her, and she's just a really chill person. But I think I did like Grindelwald the best out of everyone, but
Wait,
I had a real
Graves or
issue.
Grindelwald?
Graves, but I had a real issue with it because the entire time, like the moment he appears, I'm like, that's Grindelwald. There was no like illusion
yeah.
of like, who's this guy? It's like he's definitely the bad guy. Like,
Yeah.
so that's the main thing that doesn't make me say, oh yeah, he's definitely my favorite character. but because I was just like, come on, guys, you could. He had like the same style haircut, like he had that aura of just like I'm a bad dude kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
Like his face wasn't even that different. Like, and he's
Yeah.
working at the investigative place, and no one was like, "Hey, does this does our boss look like?" No, he doesn't.
oh yeah, it's
No,
fine.
So you're saying Colin Farrell looks like Johnny Depp?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, it's not far
Like,
enough apart, I think, for it to be a good disguise.
The
I
only
think
thing that was
Yeah.
actually different was
because like
his hair color
during
and
the
the
reveal,
mustache.
I was expecting something completely different, and I was like, "Oh, that's Johnny Depp," but he's made up to look like the last dude. Wait, what? Oh, okay.
yeah,
got
like
a
when
hair-
Johnny Depp's face suddenly appeared, I was just like, what? Like, I was like, and done, just done.
It's like 21 Jump Street all over again.
Yeah.
Hey, you're 21 Jump Street. I'm 21 Jump Street.
But here's something: did anybody else notice that he was the only wizard who actually could do magic without using a wand?
Yeah, like he was like doing all, he like moved a car with his hand. I was just like, well, damn.
He's a Jedi.
Yeah, like exactly. He was like acting like a Jedi most of the time.
Yeah.
But like apparently like American wizards, like their magic was basically based around Native Americans who didn't know that you could use wands. Like they wands weren't just a thing to the Native American wizards.
But Grindelwald's British, so how did, well, I guess because maybe he'd been there for such a long time, but
Wait, was he British? I thought he was American.
no, Grindelwald's British. He was not Albus Dumbledore's like arch enemy.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, which I think in these sequels we're going to get a youngish Dumbledore, which will
Yeah.
lead to that great wizard war or whatever.
Which I'm really excited about. Like when I saw Johnny Depp's face, I also was like, oh, this isn't just a one-time movie. This is going to be like a series of movies because they're not
How
just going to
many
bring
are there
Johnny
supposed
Depp
to
in.
be, Devin?
4 more. I said 5 when we talked about it, but
Oh.
I'm hearing it's 4 more movies, so 5 altogether.
Nice. Yeah, so then we're definitely going to see some really cool stuff. So I'm excited about that.
Now, when I asked this question to everybody once before, they didn't think what I thought. I thought, in watching the movie, Americans like to use their magic way more than British wizards do.
Yeah.
Like Queenie, I don't think Queenie lifted a finger for anything.
No, she lifted her finger so that she could use her magic to do a bunch of stuff with it.
Yeah. Well, and it might just have been too, like I said earlier, because they're all adults, like they weren't students limited with their power. So maybe we just didn't see actual adult wizards doing their thing until now. So
Yeah, maybe. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I never thought about that either.
Or it could just be cultural differences.
Or we just like to do things in excess. Who knows?
Yeah.
We're lazy.
we're Americans, lazy
Yeah.
Americans.
Lazy Americans.
Or
Well, I have a question. I had a question for you guys. We haven't talked about these characters yet. What did y'all think about the second Salemers?
I really like the boy.
Credence.
I really enjoyed like the way he looked, like his character design.
Yeah.
And his like motivation, like I think out of all of the characters, he's probably my favorite character. Like out of the whole movie. Because the main characters I didn't really like. Jacob was kind of cool, like kind of like a bumbling
Yeah.
oaf type character. But I think I really liked his
Credence.
design the most. Yeah, Credence's design the most. And like I
Yeah.
just wanted to give him a hug. Like he just needed
Yeah,
some
right?
love.
He's so
He
sad.
definitely needed a hug. I thought I could get sad from time to time. That kid,
It's in
I
a
just
constant
felt
state of
bad for him
depression.
every time I saw him on screen. I thought I looked down all the time, but
He just
it
needed
just
some love and affection.
handed out flyers, looking down, just very solemn and sad. Like that's our Flash, by the way, for Justice League. Ezra Miller.
Oh.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
he
Ramon.
is.
I was thinking he looked
I knew I
familiar.
saw him somewhere. I was like,
Yeah,
I seen him in some movie or something recently.
yeah, that's our Flash.
That's so cool.
So if he can do this interesting drama stuff, though, I'm interested in seeing what he can do for Barry Allen.
Oh, that's horrible. He's a loser in the Justice League. Justice League universe.
I
He's a
can run
loser in
real
this.
fast, guys.
No, but no, I'm just saying from the way he played Credence, I can tell he's got chops, which I
Yeah.
like to see what he can do on the other side of that spectrum.
Hmm.
I'm
Which,
gonna.
like, how dumb was Grindelwald or Graves, whatever, when he was like, "Oh, you're a squib. I could smell it on you," and then it's like, "No, you're totally wrong. It's just way out of the park with that one." Just
Yeah, I think he was just saying it to get under his skin. He was agitated in the moment, and that's just the way it happened.
I don't think he
It
was
was finally
agitated in the
time.
moment at all.
he
I
seemed
think
pretty sure that the little girl was
Yeah.
was the
he was like being derogatory towards him.
Oh my
You know
gosh, I
what?
forgot about the little girl. They just left her there.
yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
did. They totally did.
You know what? I didn't really like when they were trying to lead you to believe that it was the little girl. I was like, I really
seems
don't
too
want this
obvious.
little girl to be. No, I didn't want the little girl to be like the important thing, as I was like, I don't know. There's something about her I just didn't like care for at all.
It could have been that
Was it because she's
terrible
blonde?
rhyme that she was doing.
Just-
It could have been that terrible derogatory rhyme thing that she was doing throughout the entire film.
oh
It may
yeah,
have
that
been
was
that.
awful.
It may have been that, and then like just her voice, or I don't know what it was. I just didn't care for it at all.
God, but poor Credence. Feel bad for that kid. But I can definitely say, even though I identify a lot with that character, he is not my favorite. Oddly enough, Jacob was my favorite character. He's a regular working class Joe who gets introduced to this world that he was not expecting to ever even imagine in his lifetime. He thought it was a dream half the time until, he really had to get involved. And to be introduced to that world and then have it taken away from you at the end just because of rules, that that
Hmm.
that touched my heart a little bit, because it was
That
like,
was tragic.
to be exposed to such wonderful things and then have it taken away from you like it never happened.
I don't.
That
That was
hurts.
worse than a death of a character.
I
I
have-
would
Yeah.
I would have rathered him die
Yeah,
than for
and for
his
forget.
memory to be erased.
I have a question though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. So if they had to obliviate him because of the laws of America, why couldn't they have just have gone through with the obliviation and then immediately taken him to somewhere else where that law doesn't exist and then show him the world again so that he could continue to
No,
remember? Not continue, but
I'm not. Oh, go ahead.
to relearn everything.
Yeah. So I'm not exactly sure if it's everywhere, but in the Europe and America, you have to obliviate the nomads.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah,
assume
that's
that's all over the world.
no. Well, that's the point that they were trying to get across is that like the different mentality that the Americans have with the nomads than the
European.
Brits do with their Muggles. Like they have a better relationship with them,
Yeah,
where
it's
the
like Newt was
Americans.
talking
Matter of fact,
about.
yeah, Newt even said it. He
He
was like,
was
I don't
Yeah.
understand why you guys are, so hard on inner people's relationships, between muggles and, or, witches and wizards and no mages. I mean, it seems ridiculous to him.
Yeah, like because
Americans
muggles
being
and wizards marry in
Europe.
Actually, that
yeah.
was one thing I was really confused about, because it's an inconsistency where in Harry Potter, like half Muggle, half wizards were criticized. There was like the worst you could be is a werewolf. The next is a mudblood, and then everyone else is just regular. But
Well, it was less about like the whole society as like more just the pure bloods, like the
Yeah,
like
that,
the Death Eaters. They were discriminatory against people who had human blood, but it was completely fine for them to like. There are several. I mean, like Hermione, for instance, she was completely accepted by
yeah.
everyone in Gryffindor. It was just the Slytherins.
Yeah, it
But
was
like I
just the
figured it
racist
would be
group.
worse because it's earlier. So the fact that he was like, "Oh yeah, it's fine," back at Hogwarts, and I was like, "Wait, what? This is what, like 60 years earlier?"
Well, yeah, it's kind of hard to like tell what was going on in Europe at the time because it's a completely different world
Yeah, yeah.
from what it is already.
mhm.
So yeah, that's kind of
What did everybody think of the creatures, and which one was your favorite?
Pufferfish Panther is my favorite.
Thunderbird.
The
Niffler.
But
Oh my
Thunderbird.
god, I love Niffler so much. I
Niffler.
want
Okay,
one.
Niffler is actually my favorite too. I want him to be like my little buddy, and we
Yeah,
go to steal stuff.
so great. Or I'd rather have him or the the Demi guys, the thing that could see like a little bit into the future. He'd be a nice buddy
Uh,
to have around.
yeah, he'd be. I didn't really care for Niffler because, like, real talk, like, he would get on my nerves. I'd be
because
like,
he's
you're
stealing
too
everything
much.
shiny.
Yeah, well, because he's just like into everything. I'd be like, calm your ass down, or I'm gonna get rid of you.
But he's
It
just
just
so
seems like too
cute.
much work. I think my favorite was the little leaf guy, the little
Oh yeah,
plant with attachment issues.
the bow
Uh,
chuckle.
Yeah, he was my favorite.
I liked when he like stuck his tongue out at him.
That was cute.
But
yeah.
I also
So
really loved Frank because I'm a Thunderbird, so
yeah, I was like, and it took me a second to realize it was a Thunderbird. And when he said it was trying to get it back to Arizona, I was like, it's a Thunderbird, and I freaked out a little bit on the inside. That's my house. That's my bird. That's kind of how that happened.
Yep. Yeah, I loved how he called him Frank though. Just this magnificent creature, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, Frank."
hmm
Oh, and here's a one thing that I have beef with, and it has to do with Eddie Redmayne playing this character. I didn't care for Newt in the beginning. He grew on me after my favorite scene, which we will. I'll ask about favorite scene in a minute. But yeah, he mumbled everything, and as a fellow mumbler, it kind of pissed me off even.
But now you know how it feels
Talk to me.
You mean
to talk to you,
whenever we were in the
to
car
be around,
yesterday, on the way to the theaters to watch the movie,
and
he was in the
yeah,
back seat and he
exactly.
was talking normally, and I had to turn the radio off so that we can turn back and go, "What?
Like he
Huh?"
was sitting directly behind me, and I couldn't hear a word that he was saying.
Needless to say, Newt pissed me off with the mumbling thing. It was like, dude, I don't understand half the things that you're saying. Like that whole, I didn't know he served in World War One, had something to do with dragons. I don't know what he
Yeah, like
did.
he was surprisingly coy for someone who did such dangerous activities. Like it was almost, I mean,
Yeah.
for me, it was a little serial killer vibe to me.
I
Like
think that's
he
just Eddie
had like
Redmayne's
this,
face.
well, I mean, more of like how he just interacted with people, but like, I don't know, he had like this weird, like murderous creature in his pocket that he just threw at people and told them not to eat their brains, and just like he apparently unleashed a bunch of creatures on Hogwarts and got expelled, and he was in the army, he was with dragons. Like this dude's been in some serious shit. Like, has he killed people? I'm pretty sure he has. So
And that's the thing.
that's just
And
my
that's the thing.
thing.
Like I said, like I said, I didn't care for the character leading up until my favorite scene in the whole thing. Which I'm pushing into that. What
Yeah.
was everybody's favorite scene?
My favorite scene was the speakeasy scene with the the troll guy. I guess he was a troll.
Marlak.
Yeah, him. Like I think that was my favorite scene. Just because like I would like to visit that little speakeasy.
Just to sit
Well,
in that speakeasy and watch everything going on.
Yeah.
he's a goblin, not a troll. Don't be
Oh, I'm
racist.
sorry. I'm sorry. With the goblin.
Yeah, and I don't know what she was, but the singer, she's
Yeah, she's like some
singing
sort
and
of like pixie elf
Wait, I thought she was the
cross.
same as Dobby.
A house elf.
Yeah, she looked like a
elf.
giant house elf. Like
Mm.
that's
But I thought
Like
she was cool.
if you didn't starve a house elf, that's what it would look like.
But I thought she was cool.
yeah, she was really cool. Like she was doing all the pixie dust images to her song.
Yeah, that was cool.
I'm gonna agree with Janine. That was also my favorite scene
Copycat, that can't be your favorite scene.
because Hellboy's in it.
Yeah, because Goblin Hellboy.
Yeah, Goblin Hellboy,
Wow.
and war never changes.
Well, my favorite scene was with the Demi guys and the large serpent bird thing, the Okami or something like that. I loved like just the moment where he like tossed the little cockroach and it's like flying through the air, just like like just that whole moment was it was great. I loved it a lot. Teamwork too.
All right, I'm gonna admit it. There's no way he could have thrown that cockroach that far.
Magic.
No,
He was a- he is-
the
He
cockroach
is a
moved.
muggle.
Tina moved towards it a little bit.
Yeah, Tina did her thing. She got under it, then she magicked it in there.
It was still a pretty far throw. Like she like moved like a foot, maybe a couple.
Have
feet.
you ever thrown a cockroach?
No.
Tell me how it goes after you've thrown a cockroach.
Okay.
We'll see.
I'll throw
Do an
one and
experiment.
I'll throw one and it'll go like an inch.
Wait,
Well,
no, if you're
that
gonna
might
do
just
the-
because your arm is bad.
if you're gonna do the experiment, it has to be both of you. So you need to get a teacup and like try to catch the cockroach that he throws.
All right, I no, because I don't want him throwing a cockroach on me. 'Cause I'll probably.
Oh, that has those fake cockroaches.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that has those big cockroaches.
He has those little plastic cockroaches.
Caitlin, just
yeah, there you
just
go.
do your best to catch this roach.
So-
All right,
so-
here you go.
So, so we're gonna get a teapot and we're gonna test this because they had to be at least separated by 15, 20 feet.
Yeah, it would have
Yeah,
been
but
really
she also
hard.
like ran to it. Like she got closer. I don't
Yeah,
know.
close. Not that much closer, but
She was
closer.
like, she went past a single pole that entire scene to catch the roach.
The cockroach went for a ride. That's all I know, and it was hilarious. It was just, you kept seeing close-ups on him going, ah. Good chuckle.
Wyatt, your favorite scene?
My favorite scene, it's between two of them. Either towards the end where we find out the boys, the Obscurus, like
Mhm.
that whole entire thing was like so awesome. He's just shredding through buildings and like it's just this jumble of just
Chaos.
anger and chaos and stuff.
It's a big old death cloud.
Yeah, it's a big old death cloud. That or the scene where they go into the briefcase for the first time and they see all the creatures. Because for me, that was an overload of lore. I was like, I should have brought a notepad. I finally had lore. I need to write down names, dimensions, abilities. This is what I've been waiting.
Also, they gave you almost no information on most of the creatures in that briefcase.
That's fine. At least I got to see them.
That's why y'all need to bring your wizard Pokedex, guys. Come on, I thought y'all would know that.
Oh man, if
I'm
they had a
glad you
wizard
brought that up,
Pokedex,
I'm super glad you brought that up because that one actually was my favorite scene. was as soon as they make it into the briefcase and you start to venture out into these elaborate sets and things that he had set up for these creatures to, basically for them to have their own habitat. It was one of the most beautiful scenes in the movie to me
Hmm.
because of the creatures and watching them live, and like that weird dung beetle thing that wasn't a dung, but it was like a rock beetle thing. I don't know what they were doing, just pushing rocks around.
No, it was a
But
dung
it
beetle.
was this,
It was poop.
It was
They
a
were
dung.
pushing poop.
Yeah.
but that was a beautiful scene, and the music played well with it, and you felt like you were transported to another world.
Mm.
Yeah, I really loved about that scene about how it's like each kind of section, it looked like a curtain before you stepped through it, and then it just became this whole other room or area basically. It was like
Yeah.
really cool how they did the graphics on that, to where it was all of a sudden, whoa, we're here now. What's happening?
See,
Yeah.
I'm a little conflicted because I was like, it looks so like it looks really pretty, but too pretty, so it doesn't look really real, but it's not supposed to look real
Mhm.
because it's magic. So
I was
Yeah.
gonna
like I
say
don't
it's magic.
yeah, so like I don't know if I should I'm confused. Oh well, it was pretty.
Well,
Yeah,
another
but
thing I want to know is, why do they bother building buildings and like living in apartments and shit like that if they can just have a briefcase and they can just put their briefcase on their
Live in
desk at
this
work and then jump in their briefcase and live there, and
Oh my gosh, like a post
because
office would be perfect.
mm,
Like mailboxes, like just stacked on each other, like that would
Yeah.
be perfect. Like housing community for. But then, like if there's a fire, then I don't know how that would. Work.
Magic, you get them fire out with magic.
Oh, my wand's on the other side of the fire. What do I do? Get out of the briefcase. That's also on the other side of the fire. Well, then you're dead.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, then you're stupid and you need to die.
We would be
Survival of the fittest.
we would be American wizards, and our style of magic is different from a European style of magic. We do use our hands, according to lore. Just saying.
Oh, okay. Random.
Yeah, that's random.
No, I'm just saying. To solve the problem, it doesn't necessarily need to be near the wand.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
I mean, if we're just going to be throwing cars and whatnot.
Yeah, right. Throw a car into the fire.
Just throw a car into the
Alright.
fire. Yeah, let's do that.
So Caitlin asked this question about our last review, so I'm gonna ask it about this review. What did everyone think about the love interests?
Shit. Total shit. Excuse my language, but it was. I thought Doctor Strange wasn't really great, but this was horrible.
Like, as far as just, yeah, the way that people were with their love interests, the two couples, just freaking just stop with it. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm different with that kind of whole situation. But I was just like, why are y'all being so awkward? Stop it.
You didn't like Jacob and Goldie?
Jacob and Goldie.
Queenie.
Why do I keep
Queenie.
calling her Goldie? Queenie.
Queenie. Yeah.
Well, she was blonde, so it's a little
Yeah.
confusing.
Probably thinking of Sin City.
I was thinking of Sin City.
Nice.
Sorry, that was a comic book reference.
But yeah, like I like their relationship, and it made sense. Like she could read his mind, so it makes sense that like she either knew it was going to work or wasn't going to work from like the very beginning. But
She even went back for him in the end.
yeah. But
Yeah, that was really
Scamander
sweet.
and yeah, Scamander and what's her name? What was her name?
Tina.
Tina. I didn't like her. But,
Yeah, I
um,
didn't really care for her either.
there was absolutely no chemistry between them, and then all of a sudden it's all at the end.
I don't see
Telling
it that
you,
way.
when a dude saves a girl's life, like all the
She gotta
sudden,
drop them
like,
panties.
I thought that was
Just
going to go
start- yeah,
somewhere
right?
else at the beginning
stars
of
in
that
her
statement.
eyes, like, okay, you can take my clothes off now.
And I hate that in movies so much.
I
I
hate
didn't
that
see
they
that.
feel like there's a necessity for a love interest and like a romantic subplot. Like I stop putting that in movies. They don't all need
Mhm.
them.
Yeah, it's like if there's a guy and a girl main character, then they have to fall in love, and it's like, no, that's not always the case. Sometimes
Mhm.
they just don't like each other.
Yeah.
True. I didn't hate it. I mean, like I said, I enjoy Jacob and Queenie, but I think everybody enjoys Jacob and Queenie. But with Newt and Tina, there's a slow progression in the beginning, and then all of a sudden, of course, after saving her life, it just a pop off. It's just like, because you see it, like I mentioned earlier, where you see it in the dinner scene where clearly Jacob and Queenie are feeling each other, and then Newt and Tina lock eyes for all of a second, and then he does a weird, Eddie Redmayne thing where he's got to look away. Oh, he's sitting at the table all weird. I'm sorry, he pissed me off just looking at him all up until the point where he's in the briefcase, and then he was cool. I had to get that out. I didn't care for Newt up until that point, but everything prior to that, it just like the whole. It's like there's points where he's standing weird, like one shoulder slumped down too low. It's like fix your damn posture.
Well,
Stand up like a man.
it's almost like a lot of his posture got translated over from when he did the movie about Stephen Hawking, like the way he
Oh
like starts to
yeah,
crumble in that movie. Like that's how he's standing in in this movie. Like the way he sits and stands, he's just like crumpled over, and I'm like, stop that! You're not in that movie anymore.
I don't know.
so
He was awkward, and I liked and I understood how awkward he was, and like even when he's in the briefcase, it seems he has a little more confidence, you know. So he's the type of character who is comfortable around creatures, but can't talk to a human being to save his
Yeah.
life. But I don't know. I guess just because I couldn't relate to it didn't bother me because I understood it. But I don't know. They could have done something better.
Well, I like the fact that there was no romantic kiss during that farewell scene. Like he kept going back to her, and you're like, oh, he's gonna grab her and kiss her, but he didn't. And I'm like, okay, good, because like his character was really awkward, and so like two socially awkward people like making out probably wouldn't happen.
Well, here's my thing about that is, and I wanted them to kiss because I'm like, why are you gonna go through all this crap? Why are you gonna make me feel all this tension if you're just gonna walk away? Like that's my whole thing with it. I was just like, okay, so all that build up for nothing? Thanks.
Well, and let's not get into in the briefcase. He had a picture of a girl.
Oh yeah, I wanted more
Oh,
information on that.
Lestrange.
Yeah, he goes through this whole thing with Queenie, right? And she's reading his mind, and she's like, "Oh, you're hurting." And at the end of the movie, he's like, "Who? Oh, her? She's nobody."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Wait, what? You don't even remember who she is, but you held on to a picture of her."
Well, no, like like it was obvious, like basically what the story is with him and that girl. What I could gather from the conversation with Queenie
I
is
thought he
that
killed her. That's what I thought. I thought that he
well,
accidentally
okay.
killed her.
So what I gathered from their conversation is that they both went to Hogwarts, and it was sort of like the cursed child moment where they are both from different houses. Like she was probably a Slytherin because she was a little strange, but they got together. They were friends because no one else wanted to be friends with them. And then by the time she had started to change into her dark person, Slytherin person. She probably is the one that convinced him to do the thing that got him to be expelled, and that's why they haven't talked since.
So he kept a picture of her.
Because he's probably
just in
he's
love.
in love
Yeah,
with her. Like
dude,
he's probably
dude.
still
People hurt, man. Okay.
Yeah.
What? I can't
I
like
don't
a
know. If
psychopath?
someone got me expelled, I probably wouldn't be keeping their picture.
But you'd be surprised, with feelings no one can guess. I mean, he obviously had a deeper connection towards his girl, and somehow, some way, he got screwed in the end. And
Probably not literally.
no, definitely not
Okay, so
literally.
I actually looked her up. So it said one of Letta's experiments went wrong, endangering the life of another student. Rather than see his friend get expelled, Newt took the blame and was expelled in her place. This left him bitter, but was still
Oh,
much in love with Letta. So he kept the frame picture with him.
so he
And
took the
then,
rap for her.
and
Yeah.
then at the end, he's like, "Who?"
Because you got to get over it sometime. And apparently Tina was the one.
Or he was just pretending not to know. He was like, "What? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not in love with anyone else. I'm all about you, babe. I don't know who that girl is on my phone.
Nah, I
Oh my
swear, I've never
goodness.
felt this way with a human before.
You my bae. You my bae, I swear."
See, the more I hear
That's
y'all
why I
do
ain't
this,
like her picture.
the more I hear this, the less I want to see that updated Potterverse thing. I don't want to know, especially if wizards are going to be like that. It's just lame.
I want to see like gangbanging wizards.
Don't
Wait,
say,
what?
don't, I wouldn't put that like that.
Yeah, you might
I
want
want
to
like
Yeah.
West Coast, like
You
Crip
want-
and Blood
Oh,
style.
okay.
you want
Gangster. You want to
thugs.
see
Yeah,
Okay,
say
gangster.
okay.
gangsters. Don't say gangbang.
Yeah, that's something completely different, Wyatt.
That means something else now, babe.
That that's not what you're thinking.
You're right. I'm back in the 2000s. I need to get to the 20 teams.
Okay, we're talking about gangbanging wizards. That's I'm pretty sure that's a thing. It wouldn't surprise me.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm pretty,
I mean, they're technically human, that whole thing. They have urges and things.
but you want to see gangster wizards.
Gangster wizards. Yo, what up, cuz? Yo, don't say
What
that.
up?
Call it Buzz. Where my Barkley Big Bookies at?
Avada Kedavra, motherfucker. No, you know.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that so much.
Wow.
They're just casting forbidden spells across the street at each other. It's a drive-by, and it's
No,
like
it's
five
like-
dudes on like a super long broom casting spells.
No,
Wow.
babe.
A flying
No.
car.
A flying car. That would be really interesting to see. All right, tell me what you saw. Well, a car flew by, and the house just started exploding. I didn't hear any gunshots or nothing. It just started exploding. All right. Send this guy to the whack
Stuff
job.
was just popping off. I don't know what happened.
I don't know what it was, but it was popping.
Oh, man, that'd be the best. Like,
Would they
that'd
have-
make my little Harry Potter heart happy.
Would they have like? Never mind.
Would they have what?
Nothing. I want to say like a Tommy gun, but like magical. That's why I said never mind.
No, I want like modern gangsters.
Modern gangsters. So they would have Uzis.
Yeah.
He's over here thinking like full cholo, you know.
Hey, what's up, Holmes?
I can't even do
We broke them. Yes.
Wouldn't that be the most amazing thing ever?
Yes.
probably. We should do a short on that.
And then there's
Oh my
there's that
God.
one wizard that's like, you know what? Gun, bang. Can't arrest me. It ain't magic.
What's the point in learning powers if you're gonna use a gun? You're like,
So that you can Accio gun, bang.
that's the biggest waste of a wand, of your powers. Just
Yo, dog,
sad.
everybody scatter. He brought the stick. Keep popping.
and everybody's just apparating away, just all over the place.
Don't you
Man,
run
we
from
have
me.
gone
God.
down a seriously long
Dark.
tangent. Where are we? Where are we?
Okay,
thought we were
okay.
talking about a
Let's get it together. Final thoughts. Final thoughts, everybody.
Movie was good. I enjoyed it.
I thought I was gonna go see Harry Potter, and Harry Potter wasn't in the movie.
Please tell me you're joking. Please tell me you're joking.
I'm joking.
This
I
movie
know you know better.
now with 100% less Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, I'll watch this movie at least a few more times.
At least a few more times.
Would you own it?
Yes.
I mean,
No, well, I mean, that's not because of the movie quality, it's because I'm trying not to buy DVDs right now. But yes, technically I would.
Do you know how hard that is? I still haven't bought Civil War yet, and I'm ashamed of myself.
I'm a minimalist, so I don't buy things.
No, but you have not seen my collection. I got at least 300 or 400 DVDs around here.
Damn.
The boys have rifled through them. They know.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I thought it was good. If you're looking for a fantasy universe to escape into, it's definitely worth going to see.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Perfect.
But
Movie good.
all in
see.
all,
Take your friends.
yeah, it's all good. I mean, and if you enjoy that Potter universe, it's definitely a great extension of it. And
Don't take your super religious family because they might side with the evil lady.
They
With,
might. That'll start a whole nother fight. Trust me, you don't want.
the Salem lady.
We need a second Salem.
But yeah,
Yeah, because
That was
the
a good
first one
time.
worked out so well.
so,
Now we're just burning people.
Burn them all.
Which one's going to burn? The first one or the second one?
The third one.
All of them. Just all
Both.
of them.
The third one's going to burn. Fourth one's going to hang.
oh yeah, the song, that was so dark. I was like,
You
I
know
don't
what?
like the fact that
That-
this girl singing this song.
That song is reminding me too much of the Freddy song. Devin?
1,
Oh.
2, Freddy's coming for you.
Yeah, it sounded like it was trying too hard to be a little bit
Or
like that.
better lock your door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was trying a little.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, sorry.
it's trying a little too hard to be like that song. Just a little bit.
I think it was just supposed to be like a nursery rhyme kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just really dark nursery rhyme.
I mean, all of the nursery rhymes are dark.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But all in all, good time. Good time. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good time.
It's pretty good.
Great time,
Good.
I'd say.
Yeah.
I can't wait to do a review of a movie that we all hated. It's gonna be interesting.
Just wait until
But
Godzilla.
no, we are not doing a Gods. No.
What?
Wyatt and I lock eyes, and then like the anime lightning thing happens.
No, he said Gods of Egypt. Ghost in the Shell
Oh.
I actually want to see.
No, I said Godzilla is what I said. We can still do Gods of Egypt. We can still do Gods of
You know,
Egypt.
we'll
In
get-
fact, we should do Gods of Egypt. All in favor of ragging on Gods of Egypt, say aye.
Oh my
I-
god.
I will not make myself sit through that movie. So
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
no.
I'm not doing it
wanna
again.
watch that movie.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to do it again. We can just talk bad about it.
Oh, we're not gonna like Mystery Science Theater that thing? 'Cause
Oh, we
totally
can. We
could.
can.
oh my god, we need to do that at some point, like do commentary on a movie.
Yes.
Totally.
You know,
for
we'll,
it.
we'll save this after. Let's wrap this up, guys.
Okay.
All in all, really good time. Everybody should go see it. Enjoyed it. I'm Dev the Duck. Thanks again for listening. And with me always is
I am Caitlin.
I'm Phil.
I'm Janine.
And I'm Wyatt.
and we will see you guys next time. Take us out, Wyatt.
Do. You know what?
So
You sounded so unsure from the
What were you
get-go.
trying to do?
I was going for Harry Potter. It was turning into Star Wars.
Da, 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 da,
Da, da,
da. I cannot believe you messed that up.